I'm going to show you how to turn an ordinary bead mat into a bead sorting mat. Have you had a project recently or in the past where you were using so many different colors of seed beads that you really lost track of which one was which? And of course, we can put little labels on there and the bags are labeled up already when they come in the kit, but you need to keep track on them when you're using them. For example, I got this embroidery picture here. This is only using 12 colors, but the one I'm doing at the moment is using 33 different colors of seed beads. Now check this out. What I come up with is to glue two different bead mat together. Well, first we're going to cut the holes out, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to cut the holes out, and I'm going to tell you what worked and what didn't work for me. And then I glued them together. It just worked. It was just so great, because if I want to move my work to another room, I can quite easily take this about. If I shake this about, the beads are not gonna spill together and mix together anymore, and I'm not going to be spending hours dividing them up. So let's have a look. How is it done? So the first thing you need to do, you need to get yourself some bead mats. Now bead mats, they do come in all sorts of different colors. You can have a different color on the top than a different color at the bottom. It's really up to you how or what color do you prefer to use the most. The second you're going to need is some sticky labels, and it is really just that easy. Now I got these labels. These ones are squares, these ones are round. It's up to you what size you want to do and what shape you want to do. I think this even comes in heart shape, so you could make some super cute bead sorting mats. It's so easy to process. Now I'm just going to grab one of these mats, and I'm going to do the square ones this time. So I'm just going to take one of these labels up, I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to add it onto the mat. This is the easiest way to do it. Now you could get your ruler out, and of course you could measure it up, that you always putting it in a certain gap, so you got nice and even places between your squares. You can add as many squares as you want to add. You can add more, you could add less. It's really up to you how many you want to do on your mat. As you've seen on my mat, I have done 33 little squares because that's the amount I needed for my project to complete. Now quite easily, I'm just gonna stick all these labels on. I'm just gonna do one row here for you to show you. The method would be same if you wanted to add more. Now I have tried to make a mat with marking my bead mat out with some permanent marker, but unfortunately once you cut it, you always have a little bit of an edge of the permanent marker there, and it just didn't look good. And while you're trying to mark this up, the mat is quite soft, and then it can sort of go all over the place. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to take a pair of scissors, and these scissors are going to have really pointy, sharp edges. I'm just going to turn this mat around, and I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on from the bottom, and I'm going to hold my thumb over the sticker, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to cut around the sticker itself. I quite like to keep moving my mat around as I go around, so I get a nice hole around the sticker, and off it comes. My first hole is done. I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these out, and I'll be back to show you how to glue it together. So once you cut the holes out, you can either make this into a full-size bead mat, and by a full-size bead mat I mean we can add one right behind it, so you got, and this can go into your bead tray as well. Or another option you have to make this into a half bead mat and just fold this over, and then this would sit on the top part of your bead tray. You got loads of different options. You could make some smaller ones as well, just to sort of take with you anywhere really. You got loads of different options with this one. So what glue you need to use, and I just put my mat here. This is my cutting mat. This has been to wars, like I use this for many years now. But anything when you do something with glue, please take precautions, read the label and follow everything what's on there so you are safe to use it. Now I got two glues to show you here, and I want to show you this because I have made a mistake. So both of these are stick and stay, which is what you need. It's a spray glue. We're just going to spray it onto the fabric and fold it over, and it is really just easy, but there are different kinds of this one. So do have a look which one is they both of them are permanent adhesives, but one of these are an iron-on, and these bead mats don't really take kind to a hot iron, so you can melt the glue together. So always have a look on the back of it. What does it say? This one is an iron-on, so it does say in the instructions iron-on high heat for 45 seconds. This one, however, is just a spray on and it will be dry in 30 seconds. So this is the one you want. Now there are different brands out there. I got this one just from Amazon, but be careful because the caps are different color and different brands have different colors for the caps. So always make sure it says on the back that you just spray it and it dries in like 30 minutes, or it doesn't really matter how long does it take to dry, but you don't need to iron it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spray this. I'm gonna fold this in half, and then we're gonna have sort of a bead mat here. Now one thing you need to make sure is you don't spray on the side where you're gonna be folding your bead mat. I have made this mistake and I'm going to bring it to show it to you. So when I spray the back, you can see the glue in each one of those holes. So you need to spray the side, the back of the side, which you're going to be folding over. Now I already got my cutting mat here, but I don't want the glue to glue onto my cutting mat either. So I'm just going to pop a couple of papers, A4 papers behind there. There we go. So I can discard this paper later on because the glue, as we're spraying it, is going to go through those holes as well. So I'm just going to shake the bottle and quite easily I'm just going to evenly spray on there, just like that. Sorry about the noise. And once I got an even amount, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold my bead mat over. If you're doing a full bead mat, then you would just put another one on the top of it. So I'm just going to fold this over just like that and press down on it. I'm going to turn this over, discard these papers, and we got a perfect bead sorting mat, what we can use with all sorts of different projects. So I'm just going to bring back my bead mat what I made. As you can see, there is 33 different colors involved in that project. So I really love this because I can just pick this up, go and sit in the lounge and do my beadwork there, or on a veranda or in the garden or wherever I want to sit. But the beads going to be safe and they're not going to mix together. Let me know if you have made a bead mat before down below in the comments, and please remember to turn the bell on after you subscribe so you get all the notification when I release a video next time. I hope this helped. This really made my life so much easier. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.